video, we are going to install these Alpha 1 speakers by BMWTech, and we're going to put them on my Mini Cooper F55. Now, the sound system that comes from BMW, whether you have a Mini, a BMW, or a Rolls-Royce, isn't the best. And even if you get the Harman Kardon spec'd out speakers, it's still a lot to be desired. So what these speakers are basically something that can swap in and replace your BMW or Mini speakers. So in this video, we are going to take a look at the range of speakers that they have. We're going to install them into my Mini Cooper, and we're going to see what improvements these speakers do to your car. My name is Ethan, and welcome to Car Creations. Alright, so let's take a look at what's in the box. Now, the two trim pieces that you see right here are actually the Harman Kardon interior A-pillar trim, and they have the little Harman Kardon speaker cutouts on it. These do not come in the kit. You have to make sure that you have the Harman Kardon system in your Mini already, or in your BMW already, or that you have the trim pieces to put onto it. If you do not have the Harman Kardon system, you may have to route a wire from the tweeters down to where the wires connect into the door. Alright, so let's take a look at what's in the box. What we can see right here are the two under-seat subwoofers. We have the wires for it, and then we have the subwoofers themselves. So that means that we're going to have to take the seats out, then we're going to replace the OEM Mini ones. And these are fantastic. So I can't wait to take a little look at what these do and how they improve your listening experience. So those are the subwoofers. Moving on then to the next box. So in here, right off the bat, we have some screws for it. And then here we have the two mid-range speakers. So here's one of the mid-range speakers, and these will go in the front doors. And they do come with little wires that you will retrofit into your car in order for these to work properly. And then finally, the tweeters that will go in the trim. Basically, they're pretty small, and they go right in here, and they fill out the listening experience in a way that you probably haven't experienced, and definitely haven't experienced if you don't have the Harman Kardon system currently. Alright, so here before us we have the complete set. It comes with two mid-range speakers right here. It comes with the two subwoofers for underneath the seats. And finally, it comes with the tweeters for the A-pillars. The nice thing about the way they do the speakers is that you can mix and match. So you can have just the tweeters and the mid-range, or you could have just the under-seat woofers. Whatever you're having issues with, you can do that. Or you can get the complete upgrade and you can get better mid-ranges, get better clarity, you can get better bass, and it will sound a lot better. Alright, let's get the car in on the lift and upgrade the mid-range speakers in the door. So before you work on your car, what you have to do first is disconnect your battery, pop your hood, remove the battery cover, disconnect the negative terminal, and then once you've done that, what you want to do is take off your door panel. You need to remove the window controls. You can just do that with the trim remover. Take out the screw there, and next you just go to the side of the door. There's a little round circle cap. Take off the little cap, remove the screw there. Once again, these are all T20 screws. And in order to take off your door panel, you take off two screws at the bottom, you take off one behind the door handle. Once you've done that, you can pull off the door panel and then disconnect the connections so you can get the door panel right off. And there we go. We have access now to our mid-range speaker here. So it should be super easy to take this off. So what we're going to do first, pull this out, like so. And then we're just going to take our T20 and we're just going to undo the screws that hold the speaker to the door. And here's our old Mini run-of-the-mill speaker. So we're just going to get rid of this and we're going to replace it with the new Alpha 1 speakers from BMWTech. So in order to get these to work, they sent a little wire adapter, and basically this will connect to the speaker and then the other end will connect to your car. So I'm just going to screw this on first and then we can connect it up. And we already have one mid-range speaker done. Once we've done that on both sides, we can now move on to the tweeters. And that's this right here. We are going to replace it with new A-pillar trim with the Harman Kardon tweeter cutout so we can add the new Alpha 1 speakers. I could probably do it with my bare hands if I pull hard enough. Loosening three clips that run along here, and then we pull kind of backwards. So here's what I'm putting in. 3 clips, and then we have to like pull up and backwards. Here's the old one, and here's the new one. All right, so be very careful when you do it, because you have a little airbag sitting right here, and we don't want anything to happen to that, do we? So here's the new one we're gonna put in. And so we have our speaker here, and in the speaker there is a little kind of knob, and that goes forward. So you push that in, snaps into place. You can see the speaker through it, and the speaker wire is going to end up going down into the car. And we'll show you how to connect that in a minute. If you already had Harman Kardon, you wouldn't have to worry about this routing thing here. So you could skip right to our next phase where we put this back onto the wall. All right, so this next phase is a little bit hard because basically you have to connect to the mid-range speaker wires that run to the door with this. Now we could just cut the end off and splice it in, but I kind of want to do a little bit more professional than that. So I got some speaker wires that should be able to connect to this. We can go down there and splice these into it, and then all you have to do is connect this into this, and we are golden. All right, so once you have it connected, all you have to do is put this back on. So we just kind of go in the same order that we took it off. Well, with one in, one more to go. All right, to get the tweeter set up, we are going to tap into the mid-range speaker wires that run from inside the car into the door. Now, obviously, we don't want to connect them to the door because then we'd have to run a wire from in here all the way through and into the car. So what we're going to do instead is find them where they come into the car right here. So in order to do that, I'm just going to take off this. Should just be able to pull it down. Done it before. Comes straight out, actually. There we go. There's a little wire here you can disconnect, and this comes off. All right, so here is the speaker wire that I have poking down. Might make it a little bit easier if I take this off. So I'm just gonna pull out sideways. Pull out. There we go. I see the speaker wires right here. It's the black twisted wires with red twisted on the one side and brown twisted into the other side. And then I'm gonna try to attempt to untwist it a little bit. This is bound so tightly that I can't even get in there to put the splitter onto it. So right here is basically a little splitter that you get from BMW. It has 4 slots. So basically anything that you put in here, it will crimp together. And then you just use like pliers or something to crimp it. So I think I might have to cut at least one of the speaker wires in order to get this onto it. Well, the good news is that I can unwind it a little bit and it'll give me more room. Right, so now I have enough room to crimp onto the brown and black one. I kind of place onto it like that, and then I'm just gonna use the pliers to push the plastic together. There's the black one on. Now we're gonna do the red one, which we've cut in half. So it might make it easier or make it harder, I'm not sure. All right, I think I got a good connection, but we're just going to connect these together, jump in the car and see if I can hear anything coming out of the tweeter. Woo! It works! I don't know what noises those were. All right, I'm so glad that works because I didn't know what I was gonna do if it didn't. Cool. So let's get this all packed up, and then we're gonna do it on the other side. We'll show you how to do it there because it's a little bit different. All right, so after some trial and error, I think I figured it out, and basically what I did is I found where on the quad lock, basically what connects to the head unit, we get the audio for this side. And I literally patched right into the mid-range speaker that is on this side and connected it all up, and it worked. So I'll show you what I did. I connected to pin 2 and I connected to pin 6. So I connected to that, ran it through the car and back up to here, put tape onto it, and now I just have to put this bit of the car back together, and we are set, and we can go and put the subwoofers on and see what this speaker system sounds like. Okay, now to take out the seats. So this is pretty easy. You just need a T50, and we're just going to take out the T50 on each side of the rails of the back and then on the front. All right, note to self, lift up the seat and push it all the way forward in order to get the screws out of the back. All right, so now we have the rear 2 screws taken out. Now we have to move to the front and get those taken out. Same thing, we move the chair back as far as it can go, lift it up as far as it can go, and now we can take out the bolts here. All right, so this is what holds everything in under here. We just push this down. Come on. All right, and there, out it comes. All right, we should be able to take out the seat. It is easier to have someone else with you, but I guess I'll try it myself. Last thing I did forget about was this little clip right here. So what you want to do is just lift it up, and then the seatbelt can come down, and then you take it off. First seat out. That went surprisingly well. So what we're gonna do next is take out the other seat on time lapse, and then we will work on getting the speakers out. Alright, so we come now to the speakers themselves. Now when you take them out, you just need a T15, take the screws out, and the top little protector should come out. Alright, and this comes right off. We have access to the speaker that goes below. Now in order to access it, you might need to pull up your carpet just a little bit. Then after doing that, you should be able to access the screws that hold the speaker in place. Yay, they didn't change the size of the screws. T15 again. To make this a little bit easier for myself, I'm just gonna remove this right here. There we go. And we should be able to pull the carpet a little bit easier out of the way. So next, I believe we need some trim remover tools. We got the screws out and kind of get it underneath the old speaker. It was just very stuck in there. So I just moved it around with the pick, and then it came out. Yikes. Interesting. Well, look how nasty that is. It's literally like stuff that's poured onto the speaker in there. That is very gross. So I'm going to take the other one off on the other side, clean both of these up, then we're going to switch the new speakers in. Alright, now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Time to install the new Alpha 1 subwoofers for under the seats. So I'm going to position where I want it in here first, and then carefully tuck it under the carpet. Oh. Now we just put in a few screws, and then after that we install the cover that goes over top. I love how they look. They look so good. You can rest assured that when you install these, that if you have any issues, they have a good warranty, up to 2 years. That can be a little bit of a peace of mind for you right there. Done this one, we're gonna go over there and do that one on that side quickly. Or not quickly, carefully. And then put the seats in, plug it in, and see how they all work. Alright, so listening to songs in the car with this audio system has completely changed. So one of the immediate things that I noticed is that it has a perfect range all the way through the sound. You have good mids, and with the tweeters, the higher end sounds fabulous. My first F-Series Mini had the Harman Kardon system. If I were to compare that system to the Alpha 1 speakers, I think the Alpha 1 sounds a lot better because the Harman Kardon system kind of was more for lower end, it was more bassy. So when you played songs that weren't just all bass, they kind of came across as being muffled. It's really hard to portray audio through a microphone on my camera and then through your laptop speakers or whatever. But I'll try to turn it up a little bit and you can kind of see what it sounds like for me. Polaroids all scattered across the dusty floor in the backseat of my Chevy. So right now I have the EQ, so treble's directly in the middle, and I have bass, so bass directly in the middle. I'm gonna turn up the bass a little bit because with the new underseat woofers, it sounds pretty good. Years go by, and gradually the tears run. It has a very realistic, like hard bass sound. It doesn't sound distorted or anything, and I'm pretty impressed. Things that we did right. How could I forget about you leaving? So in conclusion, I love this sound system. Really would recommend it as an upgrade. And if you have especially if you've kind of noticed that your sound system in your car is a little bit lackluster, or you wish that your bass had sounded better, or even just music sounded better in general, I would definitely say to look at this system as an option. We hope you enjoyed the video. I know I enjoyed installing these, and I can't wait to listen to more music and listen to more everything in my car, as these speakers will really enhance the experience. If you are interested, please check out the Alpha 1 speakers down below. Use one of the links, and you should be able to pick out exactly what package you want. But most of all, we hope you all enjoyed the video, and make sure you like and subscribe if you did, and leave them down below and we'll answer as soon as possible. Most of all,
Make sure you all have an amazing rest of your day, and we'll see you all in the next one.